Good evening. This is Beckar. Quote Cyclops, unquote. What was that? The evil wizard on horseback. Well, talking to the audience. I'm going today somewhere. Where am I going? I've decided that I'm going to go, if I can, to the Iron Hills, which I have not been to this season. So here we go. And there's a reason for this, but we'll get to that in a minute. Well, we've made it, and so we're going. I wanted to talk about a few things, and so that's why I decided we're going. I've done a bunch of quests recently, and I've gotten Gondor up to over 200 points. I got a little carried away doing Gondor quests. However, now I can safely kill a number of things that are allied with Gondor, and Gondor will lose some points. Are you guys going to attack me? There, Dale. Dale does not attack me. Let's see if I got what... Oh! -5, that's pretty good. Where's Dale? Where's Dale? Dale? 45! It should be more like Colt 45. Okay, I wanted to talk about a few things. There's been a new member going to join us, except Chazred said he was going to invite him, and he hasn't apparently responded to Chazred's invitation to get on Skype. There's one problem. I don't want to use Skype. I'm not the one using Skype, but he wants to know about Skype. Well, I don't want Skype. I'm doing Discord. But with Discord, you have an invite, but you don't have a way of contacting them without the invite, which is the problem. As I have turned off, or I should say, uninstalled Skype, I really can't use it to try and find the guy, track him down, add him. And so I have this question of how am I supposed to contact the guy if I don't have any means of contacting him? Besides posting on YouTube, posting the link for everybody to see on YouTube. What's this? Ooh, it's so important to put bushes in there. And so what I'm saying, you know, I really should have this up here like this. Yeah. Wait, does it go slower when I've got one? I can't tell. Hey, it's not that important anyway. I've been sick the last couple of days, by the way. Of course, by the time this gets uploaded, I will have ceased being sick, or maybe taken sick again following the previous sickness. You know you're sick when you've got a warm neck. And it's like fever. Maybe it is fever. And when you find yourself wanting to sleep a little bit more. I'm feeling better now, of course, but that's because I got a lot of sleep. Okay, so the new guy is probably in. His name, well, he goes by 2 different names, and you've seen him mentioned in an earlier episode at the end. The names are... Well, the YouTube name is XXX Cold Front. But the in-game name was White Fang 21. Oh, I hate these places. These are always the worst. They got junk in these things. I just hate them. Ugh. This reminds me of where I lost this very horse once. I got this horse back. No, wait, it wasn't this horse. It was the horse of the post seat. I saw that. Much though I would like to do that. Well, yeah, let's do it this way. Onward and sideways word. I'm not going up there either. I got an apple tree over there. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Oh boy, is there a lot going on. Trying to get episodes done, trying to do other things. There's really not much to say. I've been working on Isengard, and I'll show you what I've done when I get back to Isengard. But it's not really too much. The idea is that I'm planning on Sunday the 5th. It won't be uploaded on Sunday the 5th, but I'm going to do this on Sunday the 5th, and I'm planning on invading one of the Hobbit places. Not Hobbiton, because there's the Mr. Baggins has a base there. And it's a nice base. And quite frankly, if he wants to defend it, he can. But I'm just going to attack it. I don't plan on losing any points with the Hobbits, because after all, I'm always forgetting. Hobbit oven? No, that's not it. Banner? No. Pipeweed! Yes, pipeweed trade is the problem. And so that's always it. But I have found, and this is where it gets silly, I have found an orc that takes a pipeweed trade. But it's not a pipeweed leaf trade. It's a regular, completed, all messed up pipeweed, all prepared for a schmirker. And I'm going to fall off the edge here with all these crevices. Ah, rabbit. This is taking forever. Okay, so although we have not yet gotten complaints about Jeff has not recorded this season, and he kind of wants to, but it's not that he lacks motivation to do it. I think he's all burned out after he gets back from school. And he gets a little upset about that. And, you know how it is. So, I think he needs instead of just people yelling at him, I think he needs people encouraging him. So if you go to his channel, instead of complaining to him, hey, how come I ain't doing none of those videos? Why don't you say something nice to him? And, if he could be encouraged to make videos instead of browbeaten to do so, that would be a lot easier to do it. Of course, by the time I post this, he'll probably already have been kicked out. I'm joking, of course. I don't know if he'll be kicked out. I give him a couple of weeks, probably. I did kind of tell him about the urgency, but I really don't want to say too much because, you know, he's what is with this terrain? He's one of those people that wants to feel loved and encouraged, and he's busy, and I'm busy. I got a whole bunch of things to do. I live in a filthy house. I have to do taxes. Even though I've lost my job, I have to do the taxes for the previous year when I still had the job. Oh. Nice horsies. I just realized my horse has 18 hearts. Where did that come from? I thought he had only 16 hearts, and he's got 18 hearts. How do these things happen? Okay. I've been also struggling to find more 173. Yes, beta 173 mods. And, in addition to all this, I'm trying to put together some kind of modded season for Mental Block. So there's a lot going on here. But now I sense I do not know what we will do. Are we there yet? Oh, we're about halfway there. Great. Great, so I don't have to talk any longer. Bondi. Bondi, it's neither Biondi or Dondi. People aren't going to recognize those names, which are not connected to one another. And quite frankly, instead of being all hipster about it, you've probably never heard of that. I'll say instead that I don't care to explain. It's not even funny. That's just why I don't care to explain. Still feeling a little sick. So, how am I going to attack the Hobbit area? Well, I want it to be somewhat the sort of thing that would happen. I don't know where he attacked at the end of the third. Where Saruman attacked at the end of the third book. Oh, hi, orcs! Look, orcs. Have I been here before? You guys look familiar. Skull cups, my favorite. Empty, that's not my favorite, but that's okay. Thank you for not killing my horse, by the way. Ooh! Ooh! I'm always a little low on sticks. I mean, not right now, but yes. I am frequently low on sticks. So I'm thinking, canonically, it would make more sense for me to attack one of the outer Hobbit areas. But I can't attack the pipeweed one. And I can't attack Hobbiton because not only is that in the center, but as I said, I don't want to attack Mr. Baggins per se. Because I know where his base is and I didn't want to hurt him. The current... But how am I going to attack the Hobbits if I don't want to lose points with them? Well, let's see what... Oops. This happens when you got other mods and you've got everything bound to other keys. Here we go. Hobbits, 81 points. So... Is he Uruk-iie or... Oh, he's Gondor. That's why. That's why he's not too belligerent. I like Gondor. They're nice. I gotta get Angmar up somehow. I don't know how to do that. I gotta fight certain kinds of elves. Don't have that set up yet. So yeah, what I'm going to do is, so I don't lose any points when I attack the Hobbits, I'm planning on just taking troops in and massacring. But I don't know if I could get Uruk-iie. I haven't... Mordor's 95. I'm not using Mordor. Isengard, 301. Oh! It's the Durin people! Da, 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 da. Now we can go to the West Peak. What is this strange magic? I arrive, I spawn under the road, and the horse is above me, undamaged, thank you. But then I get out and I can't get back on the horse, and so I have to relog. This is what's with all these boars? This episode is a bore. Alright, well, where are we going? Well, I'm going to just head towards the east. I want to see where I could go, what I could do, whom I can talk with. Presumably, I'm not going to be bothered by dwarves. Or these guys. I'd like to get, and this is what I was going to say, if there are any dwarves here, I'd like to get a dwarven table. So here's what we got. I got a Blue Mountains crafting table, but there's a dwarven crafting table. And I needed to make armor with it. There's a dwarf right here. Yeah, well, don't brag about it too much. Now, where's my numbers? Blue Mountains, yes, but what's the one for the dwarves? Is that them, is it? Durin's folk, that's probably it. So I got points. That's not... The problem is not that I have points. The problem is that I've got to get a dwarven crafting table. So where would I find one? Well, I presume there's something along this line. It's possible they'll have a quest, but they don't give tables out as quests. Ooh, sheepin tree. Well, you guys are gonna have to live without it. Oh, I wanted to kill these guys. I cannot do that right now. Up! Yeah, there's one problem. This usually is Blue Mountains crafting. Not exactly the same thing. I think it would make a little more sense. Another one over there. I think it would make a little more sense if I sent the horse back. So we'll make this into a... Am I really going that way? Well, that's a mistake. Dwarf. So, once again, we'll be back. It's just horrible. That's all. No complaint. Oh, you know what? A, I forgot to bring this stuff back. And B, I forgot to take a bed with me. Didn't take the bed. Didn't take the crafting table. I can make a crafting... I got a crafting table. I got a Hobbit oven. But I screwed up. And I am very disappointed in myself. Well, there's not going to be... There's not going to be a way to get in there. Where's the entrance? Entrance on the other side. Okay. Yeah, see, that's a problem with the news being what it is. And I mean news. I don't mean Minecraft news or Lord of the Rings or... I mean political news. With that being what it is... Yeah, see, there's no crafting tables here of that sort. There's a regular crafting table. Well, there's a chest over here. I'll look at it. Doubt they're going to have what I need. Some iron. Some more food. And yes, I'm going to take this because you gotta take it. Ah! Some iron. Oh, alright. But just this once, and I'm going back out. I looked at my mithril stores. I have 1 mithril ingot. That's it. Oh, another chest. Oh. I can always use more torches. And a silver ingot. It's always silver. That's the point of what I'm getting at here. That'll do. Okay, let's go. Alright, fine. A little more. I really need the iron. I gotta make a bunch of extra suits of armor. And so I need the iron for that. Iron, no money. Alright, yeah, with the news being political news being what it is, I have to pay attention to that, and I'm spending a lot more time reading all the crazy things that have been happening of late, and it's really taking a lot of toll on my time. I think it's important to read or watch or to, yeah, whatever, articles. Can talk about that, but there's really no point. And now I don't have my horse, which I think is really dumb. And I'm not going in there either, because they're not going to have it either. Passes by silently. Shut up! Alright. So, what are we going to do? And I wanted to talk about another thing, the Mr. Nakamura, I forgot his first name. He's the man who was the president of Namco, which stands for Nakamura Manufacturing Company. The video game company that gave us Pac-Man, Galaxian, Pole Position, Rally X, Galaga, a couple other ones. Dig Dug, that's another one. But it's like the articles I see of him say, the father of Pac-Man, and that's just not true. The man who came up with the idea of Pac-Man was a man named Toru Iwatani, and I believe he's still alive. This isn't the first time there were rumors. This isn't the first time there were rumors about the guy. Previously they said he was only paid a very small amount of money, and that he quit Namco after that. But what really happened was that he was actually paid less money than they had said. It actually paid him less money, but he kept his job. But just that after he made a game called... What was the name of the game? Fozon? Or... There was another game. Anyway, another one of those mines. That's ridiculous. Riches. They're all telling me that. Anyway, what's important about Mr. Nakamura, besides the fact that he was the guy in charge at Namco, and is that he tolerated Toru Iwatani's obsession. He was obsessed with pinball games. He joined Namco because he thought there was going to be pinball, and there wasn't. And they told him, we're going to make video games. And he's like, oh, really? So, so he made a video game. but it was like a pinball game. GB is a pinball video hybrid, and it wasn't a very good one. It did get some... It was successful in Japan, but in the US it tanked. And oh wait, no, that's not one. That's one of those whatchamazit things. So Iwatani designed that game, and then didn't do as well. It was a novelty success. Dwarven crafting table. This is what we need. And apparently it's made out of stone, which of course is perfectly fine. Anvil. Oh, I love all this stuff. All right. And I'll take another one of these just in case. And yeah, I'll take one. Now, you know what? I'll leave the anvil. Do I have an unsmelter, though? I don't think I've used. Yeah, I know. I don't have very many points yet. I don't have many points yet. I'm sorry. Will you get out of the way so I can take your unsmelter? You know? I'm going to do the best of the thieving. Well, we're here for... Oh, I could have taken that one. We're here for what we came for. But first, I want to... This is a safe place because of the lighting. I want to see what we got. I don't know. Bunch of ingots. Bunch of additional ingots. A bunch of yet more ingots. Copper is useless to me. Tin is useless to me. Alright, that's it. I think I'll look around, see what else we got around here. Never know. So anyway, Toru Iwatani made GB, and then he made Bombi, and then they thought maybe females would like it. Maybe it was more of a female interest, and so they said QDQ for the third one. And then what happened was that he was going to just keep making those pinball games, those pinball video hybrids, and so they said, no, stop it. We don't mind if you're going to make a game that appeals to women, because that was a problem at the time, but we want you to make a game based on the word, it was peku peku, which means to eat. It's a verb. This does not look like a dwarf place. In a hole in the ground there lived nothing. It was a bleak hole in the ground. Oh, that's snow. Of course it's snow. What else would it be? There's another thing over there, but that looks like another. Well, let's double check. That and that. Yep, same thing. Peku peku. No, it wasn't. It was, wasn't it? Anyway, he made it, and that was no problem. But the point was, Nakamura had a big... Well, for a while, he had a big ego. So when it came time for the NES to come to the US, and it was time for everybody to buy up licenses for NES gaming... The first thing that happened was he said, well, we should not be subject to the limitation. Namco should not be subject to the limitations that the other companies are, because we... Oh. I need more room. Hold on a second. Where do I put anything? There you go. See if that's enough. That's almost enough. So he said, okay, we've put up... Was I going to talk to you guys or something? Can you tell the female... Nah, never mind. But the point was that he wouldn't... They didn't want to pay... They didn't want to be limited to making only 5 games a year for the NES, considering they were making much more than 5 a year for the Famicom, and so they got upset, and there were meetings. Nakamura was, I don't know how good he was, but I heard he was a pretty good Go player, and to a certain, and to massage his ego, some of Nintendo decided to play Go with him. Anyway, this didn't work out very well, and Namco was like, we're gonna have to find some other way to make games on the NES, because we can't use the licensing deal. And so what they did was they bought out Atari Games, the arcade game making company that had been split off from the original Atari Corporation. It was the only one it was the only division of Atari that was making a profit. And so they hired Atari to release some games in the US, which they had done before with stuff like Dig Dug. And now they could do it again with stuff like Pac-Mania. Pac-Mania. And then for the NES, they changed the name to Tengen, which means something like center of the universe. Supposedly it's a Go term, but I never seen it in any books about Go. And so then they decided they were going to reverse engineer some way to make NES carts. Oh. And ultimately they did not reverse engineer. They realized it would take too long, and so they found a way to cheat and steal the code. You guys again. Am I in the same place? Simple way to find out. No, it's not the same place. Okay. I know there's something I'm doing wrong. It's not that big of a deal. So I guess you are not the same people. Yeah, I can't do this all day. I gotta get going. Anyway, the point was, supposedly Nakamura did not have any foreknowledge of what Atari was doing, but I think he surreptitiously might have done it. Might have not planned it, but probably. Anyway, there were problems, and eventually, ultimately, they were caught. They were caught stealing the code of the security chip. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Anyway, so eventually Tengen didn't have Namco any longer, and they were sold to somebody else, and I forgot the details. Namco decided to just make the games themselves, which they did a pretty good job at, and release them in the US themselves, which wasn't quite as good, but then they got the PlayStation stuff going, and they made a lot of money with their PlayStation games because they had lots of early ones. And then Tekken came out, and we could talk about this all day. The point is, Nakamura was not the sort of man I would necessarily want to have being the head of the corporation. But you cannot deny his accomplishments through the work of other people who he allowed a certain leeway to do certain things. And so that's it. No more. Look at one more place and then we'll call it an episode. Not that place. Now, you know what? We're done here. We've got what we came for. Oh, that's right. I wanted to talk about this. There's one guy. There's a guy. I think his name is like. I can't remember it. Something like Dan Mike or something like that. He's a very interesting person. He has said he is working on a texture pack to make some Lord of the Rings textures for Conquest. And so I am definitely looking forward to that because I'm going to use it if it's any good. There are a lot of textures, and if I had done it, it would have been a half-assed job. So we'll see what he does, and so on. But, you know, I've been disappointed so many times before by other people. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so... Oh, we got just enough room for it. I don't have any more room to give them any more any more food, so they're going to have to start taking some of that food and eating it, and they're not going to. Let's talk about what's in here. I think my guys died. Rosencranz and Guildenstern are dead. Or perhaps they've climbed up or something. I guess they could have climbed up the stairs and then jumped down to their deaths. So this was the wrong place to put them. I've finished the place to store the troops, but I have not led them into that area, so I must assume they are dead or just simply not anywhere I know about. They could be somewhere else. It's possible. Okay, here's the changes. Smelter, unsmeltery is there. I might move that over there if I can figure things out about that. On top of Blue Mountains, I'll cover with cheese. This is now called outboxes, and we now have a bunch of these so that I can start making more suits of armor. I only want to put complete suits of armor. Not complete suits, but like the finished, the stuff that's undamaged. The damaged stuff is here. For the most part, we could undamage this right now. And we can use that one. And I thought maybe I could do a bush head. Alright, anyway. That's all been done. Got a second floor for them. Because it just didn't feel like there was enough room. I put the crafting tables on the bottom of these. So as to... so I didn't have to keep running around looking for the crafting table. Because the crafting table over there was a dumb idea. I could never find it. Downstairs, I've not done any major work. Dig out a couple of lines. I already showed you those. And below, I haven't done very much with the crafting area. I'm not crafting area. Storage area. I'm really disheartened about the storage area because I wanted barrels. You know how it is. And no barrels. I'm not as happy. I also don't have a means of sorting anything out, and for that I would need extra utilities, and we're not going to have extra utilities in this mod either because there's a lot of non-medieval things in it. But even something like mechanism might have been good. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're done here. We'll see you next time, and remember, kids, you can still join the server until you can't.